Disclaimer. Due to the recording backlog, the content disclosed in this podcast may be dated. Thoughts and opinions stated are that of the speaker and not that of Transylvania University or the Rambler. Viewer discretion is advised. The content may not be appropriate for all audiences. If you are a listener, please enjoy. And if you're Dave, you owe me $5.
Caroline.
Hi, Will.
Hello. It's about time. I've said it a couple times, but we have this bucket in the studio, and it's full of questions, and I never really start there, but I said let's do it. So because you were interested.
Yes.
So
okay.
Let's go there. What you got?
So the one I drew, it says, "What do you think they will be playing on the oldies radio in 30 years?" Oh my
okay. So 30 years, 2055. Okay.
Jesus.
On the oldies radio. I'm trying to think what they play on the oldies radio. Well, I don't think radio is going to exist.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Like the throwback playlist on Spotify.
Yeah. I don't know. What plays on what's on the throw? I listen to a lot of 70s and 80s.
Yeah, me too.
So I feel like what's modern? I think Pink Pony Club.
Oh my God,
That'll be on there, and then all the youngsters will be like, "This sucks."
No, literally.
They Not Like Us will be on there.
I feel like I'm already thinking I already feel so old just coaching some like 10-year-olds and then even some high schoolers too. I'll play music during practice and they're like, "What is this?" I'm like, "This is High School Musical." You don't know what this is?
No, yeah, it's I found a reel the other day on Instagram that was like, if you all of these if you had a good childhood, and it was like Club Penguin and like Mario Kart for the Wii and Wii Sports and like Dan TDM and like Go-Gurt. like and I was like, yeah.
No, literally.
It's sad to watch the kids that we swim and we're like, you don't know, like.
Yeah, it was Halloween time. During the Halloween practice, I was like, okay, I get to play music because I love just like all the different Halloween music stuff. Yeah. And so I played songs from Girl vs. Monster specifically, and they were like, I've never heard of that. And I'm like, shut your mouth. Yes, you have. You're gonna go home and watch it. That's your homework from me. No. I'm like, you're 16 years old and you've never seen Girl vs. Monster.
Yeah, there's definitely a culture that we're missing there.
Yeah. Like even I'm like, all the movies my parents watched when they were teenagers and little kids, I'm like, they forced me to watch them. I'm like, obviously their parents were not our age, but when that came up, I'm like, they were at least like college age. Like they should have known and watched it.
Right, yeah.
Anyways, I digress.
So,
makes me feel old.
Yeah. Speaking of swim lessons.
Oh dear.
Do you like teaching your kids?
I do. Swim lessons for school. Keaton knows we complain about them a lot. I'm like, I do enjoy them. It's just hard, especially like this week because we're so close to finals and I'm so tired and I'm like, I really don't want to get in the pool, especially today because we have formal tomorrow and I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, I have this, that, and the other thing to do today. Do I have time to fake tib? Do I just not do, like, what do I have to do to actually be prepared for this formal? Because I don't make myself look presentable very often, so but I'm like, I do enjoy teaching kids to swim, and if you have good kids, it makes the time go by fast. Yeah, so.
I would agree. I love my shout out Colleton. Colleton is my best friend. He's so cute.
Yeah.
What are your I guess swimming strategies when you are teaching lessons? Because we only get them for 4 days out of the week. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for half an hour. So really, we only have 2 hours.
Yeah.
Total.
I mean, I guess I always start by, like, I start every day with taking them out to the rope and asking them, like, how old are you? What's your favorite color? Getting them comfortable with me. Mm-hmm. And I do that, and then I'll, like, switch from holding their hands to holding around their belly with kicking just so that they don't feel like they have to have me in front of them. Yeah. And then scoops are always an adventure. I taught lessons at the Y. And the kids are like, why are they called scoops? I'm like, because the water's ice cream. That's why they're called scoops. My kids this week, they love the ice cream analogy. So I gave them the kickboard. And I was like, you're going to hold the kickboard and you're going to let go, take a scoop, put the ice cream on the board, take a scoop, put the ice cream on the board. And it worked perfectly. I was like, thank God.
So did you is this all like stuff that you learned as a kid or is this stuff that you picked up? Or?
Oh my God. That's a good question. My sister and I have this discussion a lot. I'm like, like, swimming is just, it's always been what I've done. Like, I think I learned how to swim, like, keep myself afloat at least when I was, like, 3, and then I started competitively swimming when I was 4. So, I'm like, I've just always done it. Yeah. And then I think I learned, like, teaching kids when I taught lessons at the Y, but that was my sophomore year of high school. But that really helped coming into transy when Keaton was like, okay, we're doing swim lessons. I was like, okay, great, okay, that's cool. And then I've taught swim lessons just for kids at the pool I coach at sometimes. If they, like, there's a family with there's so many kids. I swear to God, every time their grandma mentions another one, I'm like, where did this one come from? I'm like, you didn't, like, but I'm like, they're always so sweet. I've taught, I think, 3 of them. And I'm like, it's just, you learn and you grow.
Yeah.
Especially, and then it's different when you being a swim coach, like, for a team, because our little 6 and unders, the little ones that are, like, actually learning to swim, like, some of our kids in swim lessons are better like listeners than them, or more willing than them. And I'm like, guys, we're here every day for an hour. Can you please just blow bubbles? I'm like, I don't need you to put your whole face in. Yeah. But no, it just, you learn and you grow, and some kids are better than others, and that feels terrible to say, but it's the truth. So what is your, I guess, strategy for when, you get a kid that doesn't, want to be there? Oh my God. I mean, I feel like the biggest issue, like, is not so much them not wanting to be there, like, because they'll do the stuff, they just don't want to, primarily, but
sometimes it's just taking them out of their comfort zone.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. I'm like, that's how my little brother was. He still sometimes doesn't want to get in the pool. I get it.
So you mentioned your brother and your sister. Mm-hmm. How old are they?
Okay, so my sister, she just turned 18. She'll be a freshman at U of L next year, which is disgusting.
Not coming to Transy, huh?
Oh, no. I tried. But I think it's too small for her. So, but
it's not for everybody.
It's not. I'm excited for her, though. And then I have 2 brothers. One of them, he is 15. Fun fact, he is to the day 6 years and 2 days younger than me. Because my parents, when my mom was pregnant with him, she's like, okay, do you want him born on your birthday? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, you have to share your birthday. No. Never mind.
Yeah.
And then my youngest brother, he is 10 and will be 11 in May, which is also disgusting. Because, like, I swear he was just born.
Yeah. Time flies, man.
Yeah. I was thinking about it earlier because him turning 11, I was like, oh my God, that means I met my 2 best friends 10 years ago. Like, we've been friends for 10 years. Well, that's crazy. So. Yeah.
So do you keep in touch with your high school friends? Or where are you from?
I'm from Louisville.
Okay.
So not too far away. Yeah. So I met my 2 best friends when I switched to, so I went to a public elementary school, and then I switched to a Catholic grade school for middle school. So I met them when I switched there for 6th grade, and their names are Maddie and Bailey. I talk about them probably just as much as I talk about my siblings, because they're basically my sisters at this point. And I met them when I came into 6th grade, and they are awesome, and they are the 2 people I probably talk to the most. And then I talked to some people from high school. I did theater, like, from preschool all through high school, and I feel like most of my friends are from theater. And, like, it's not that I don't stay in touch with them. It's just, like, if we ever cross paths, I know I can, like, it's not going to be awkward. But
yeah,
it's like we all went very different ways after graduation, especially going to an all-girls school. I think that made a difference because I'm one of the few people who didn't go to UK or go to U of L or IU. So I'm like, I'm not in the same place as everybody.
Yeah.
Which makes a difference.
She mentioned theater, not me. Let's talk theater. All right, so we were sitting on the bus.
Yes.
For a swim meet, or on the way back. And then I get this Instagram message from Caroline, and she was like, hey, Will, you're in theater. I was like, yes.
Yes.
She was like, watch this. And it was a high school production of
Les Mis.
Les Mis. Yep. Yep. And I watched it. And it was good.
Thank you.
And I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll link it. If I can find it. I'll link it. So that was what year of your high school?
That was my senior year.
So senior year you did Les Mis, which is wild.
Literally
high school
so
show.
Sick. It was so
Was
fun.
it high school or was it outside of
It was
school?
at my high school.
And they pay, like, Les Mis is not, like, an easy show by any means.
So typically how my high school does it is they do the musical in the fall and then the play in the spring. We flip-flopped it. We had flip-flopped it for COVID my junior year and had done the play hoping that we could do, because originally Les Mis was supposed to be the musical we did my junior year, but then COVID. We did a musical called Working, which was a lot of fun. It was the first show at my high school that I stage managed, but it was something else. I did enjoy it, and it was really good given the circumstances. But then, because we had flip-flopped that my junior year in hopes to do Les Mis in the spring, and then obviously that didn't happen. And then that got moved to my senior year, and so we did Steel Magnolias in the fall, which was awesome. And then we literally worked on Les Mis from August until we performed it in April. And it was so fun.
So what is your favorite production that you've been a part of?
Oh, that I've been a part of?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hard. Honestly, it's probably Les Mis. I'm like, Steel Magnolias was a lot of fun. I stage managed that, and that was my first time like calling a show, which is horrifying. But I was like, at any given moment I could mess something up, but it was a lot of fun. And then also the advanced theater class at my high school, we had to do something called Mission Week, which basically there's a theme every year, and there's a day where they have a guest speaker. The advanced theater class puts on like 10-minute plays that we wrote in class, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff like service hours, a bunch of different things. And so my senior year I was in the advanced theater class, and so we wrote it was called Bloom. I'm trying to remember what Bloom stand for, but I can't remember. And so we got to put on these plays. I got to direct one, and then I got to be in one. The one I was in, I remember so vividly. I don't remember what it was called, but it was basically supposed to be like this girl was at her wedding, and she didn't know whether or not to say I do. And it freezes, and everybody's there is frozen. The best part was that we didn't cast anybody as the groom. We got an Adam Driver cardboard cutout, which just sits backstage now at my high school. I snuck back there when I was there over spring break, and I saw it, and I was like,
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and it was like the devil and angel on your shoulder, and then I'm trying to remember who wrote it, but she was like, I wanted a weird third entity, and so she had this like granny obsessed with Elvis, and that was me. And because the officiant of the wedding was Elvis. It was so cool. It was so absolutely ridiculous, but it was so fun. And I got to sit in the front row of the audience with my classmates sitting next to me, and I just turned to them and just stare at them. I'm sitting there knitting, and it was so fun. Like, if that, just like anything I've done, that's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
But like actually put on by the school, Les Mis.
No, it's interesting because I did high school theater as well.
Mm-hmm.
And well, not even like theater in general, but it's cool like in locker rooms
mm-hmm.
or behind the scenes or like behind the curtains or wherever.
Yeah.
The things that are like little trinkets or
mm-hmm.
I guess memories, if you're allowed to do so, then they like kind of carry with the generation or like through generations or through teams or through people or through, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But no, the Adam Driver's funny.
It's and then because we like all got to sit and brainstorm with our classmate who directed it, and she was like, do we want to have a groom? And she loves Adam Driver. This is where this came from. And we joked, we're like, oh my God, we should do an Adam Driver cardboard cutout. And she was like, okay.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
You get those people that are so excited and passionate. They're just like, what? Yeah, we're going to do that now.
It was awesome. And then like the sound bites for like his I Do, where she like went hunting through like SNL footage and got it. It was awesome. Oh, there's probably a video out there somewhere that I need to find, but it's so funny.
I like that too. No. I want to pull one from the bucket, if that's okay.
That's good.
Because I want to pull from the bucket.
I'm like, that was a good question, so I'm interested.
Yeah. Ooh. I think we already answered this one. I'm gonna do a different one. I'm very picky.
No, that's fair.
Boo. ASMR for it. What TV show would you want to be in?
Oh my God.
Like the universe around. So like you don't want to say like Walking Dead because that would be miserable.
Oh, like live?
Yeah. Like if you just take yourself, you're like Google, how like when you go to Google Maps and you pick up the person, you take it by the head and then drop them.
Yeah.
Where are you dropping?
Oh my god.
Where are we dropping, boys? Twin Peak. What is it?
I don't know.
Tomato Town? I don't know. I never played Fortnite.
Well, I feel like I was about to say the show I'm watching right now, which is Yellow Jackets. Absolutely not. Do not put me in Yellow Jackets. No. Oh god. I feel like right now Cobra Kai.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I would, and I want to say I'd be one of the few people with any sense, but I know I'd just be like, fight. So.
See, I have by far the most objectively best answer.
Let's hear it.
Andy Griffith's Show.
That's fair. That's valid.
I love it. I love it so much. That or like Dick Van Dyke Show, or like some of those like everybody's living happy
the
time.
Nanny. Ooh, that'd be fun.
That's a different vibe. I feel.
I love that show.
Put me in Mrs. Doubtfire,
please.
Let me be with Robin Williams. I love Robin Williams.
Me too.
He is amazing.
Speaking of Robin Williams, I'll never forget. So, fun fact, I'm terrified of the movie Jumanji, like the original Jumanji. It's horrifying to me. Like that's equivalent of like Poltergeist to me.
Okay.
I'll never forget when my dad first made me watch it. I literally sobbed. I was like, "Why would you make me watch that?" And so when like the new most recent Jumanjis came out, I was terrified when we went and saw them. But they're nothing like the original, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'll never forget how terrified I was watching the original Jumanji for the first time. I was like, "Why would you make me watch that?" It was terrifying.
Original or new?
The original.
Over the, or which one do you like better?
Oh, like better the new one, the first of the two new ones.
I've only seen the first of the new ones.
The second one was okay. I really liked the first one. I saw it with one of my friends in middle school when it came out, and it was so funny. I think the funniest part is we saw it with her mom and her grandma, and the two of us are like crying, laughing at things that we probably shouldn't have understood at 13 years old, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So, no, those are good movies.
If you got sucked into a board game, since we're talking about worlds we would live in,
Ooh.
What board game world would you want to live in?
Oh my god, that's a good question.
There's this board game called Wingspan.
Oh my god.
And it's about birds, and it's really pretty.
Well, I'm scared of birds.
I would live there.
So no, thank you.
Oh, why? Ooh, let's unravel this. Yes.
So when we first went to Disney World, I was in 5th grade. I had one of the turkey legs, and I literally this bird just followed me around, and I was like, and then I was like, okay, so haven't been a big fan of birds since then. And then when I was in 6th grade, my mom took me and my siblings to the zoo after school one day because we had a short day, and we went into the bird room, aviary, I don't know what it's called. And a bird pooped on me. And I was like, oh. Heck no. I literally sobbed. My sister was cracking up. My mom got a picture of bird poop in my hair and was like, this is the worst day ever, guys. And I just don't. They give me the creeps. Like, how... I'm like, how Caden says they're not real?
I was going to say, if you ask Caden, they're not real.
I can 1,000% get on board with that just because of how terrified I am of them. There was one day, so I did the Disney College program last school year. It was one of my last days working, and I was out at the Lightning Lane entrance of the ride I worked at. And so I worked in Animal Kingdom, so there was literally animals everywhere. I don't know what kind of bird it was. I don't know if it was a native Orlando bird, or if it was something that had escaped something from another place. But it was just, I watched it eat a lizard, first of all. And then I'm standing there at the Lightning Lane entry trying to do my job, but this bird just keeps walking towards me. And I'm like, guys, I'm not kidding. I can't do my job until this thing is gone. I'm panicking. And these poor guests are just trying to scan into the Lightning Lane. I'm like, trying not to cry as this bird just keeps getting closer and closer to me, because it was like a stork type bird. I was like, it's humongous, get it away from me.
Yeah. So you worked Disney, big Disney fan.
Yes.
Big old Disney fan.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Favorite ride? You got a favorite ride?
Oh my god,
or Disney World or Land first, I guess.
Disney World. I've never been to Disneyland. I want to go so badly. My one of my bucket list items is to go to every single Disney park all over the world.
That's sick.
Yeah, I would love to. But favorite ride?
Have you been to any other parks besides Disney World?
I'm
Not yet, right?
not yet. One day I'll get there.
Yeah.
Favorite ride? Oh my god, that's so hard. I love living with the land. My roommate.
You do not just say living with the land. Tune into About Time every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The Anything and Everything podcast, but when 20 minutes is up, that's it. Thank you so much for spending 20 minutes of your time into 20 minutes of ours. Have a wonderful day, learn something new, follow the golden rule, and use your time wisely.